So if you own a website, how can you make money through affiliate marketing? Well, I spoke to Marty Griffin recently on how he has combined his website and his golf knowledge to actually sell a golf related product. And he's created this unique relationship with the actual vendor itself so that he can get more updates and make more value and obviously therefore more commissions. And if you want to listen to that interview, it is coming up right after this. But for now, let's check out the beach. It's awesome down here. Anyway, so interview coming up right now, and I'll see you in a second. All right, so welcome, Marty. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you, Paul?
Oh, fantastic, man. It's fantastic. It's great to get you on, not just because of the super smashing guy you are, but also you are a keen golfer as well. I believe you have your own podcast. Is that right? With talking golf and all stuff like that. But you're also an affiliate marketer as well. So sort of like give us the lowdown, who is Marty? What does Marty do?
Well, I've been playing golf for 25 years, and I figured the best way to get, to kind of get ahead of the game in any respect is to kind of leverage that unfair advantage. I've been doing something for 25 years. I clearly have my 10,000 hours in. I absolutely can help others. So I started a golf podcast called Golf Strategy School, and I interviewed like the best instructors who were willing to talk to me from around the world. And surprisingly, there were a lot of really good instructors who were willing to talk with me. And from there, I kind of stumbled on to two guys who had created a product for golfers that helps them increase their swing speed. And they at the end of the interview said that, hey, you know what? We really appreciate you inviting us onto the show. We are really excited to be launching this product. We want to make sure that your audience feels a benefit for this. And they gave me a promo code. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm in the back of my head, I'm thinking, is this an affiliate code, or is this just like a thank you kind of discount for my audience? And then after we cut the live part of the interview, they followed up and said, yeah, so your audience is going to get 10% off, and you're going to get 10% of every sale. I'm like, well, that's really cool, especially considering it's a $200 product, and golfers know that stuff is expensive. So, it was a good kind of introduction and entry into the affiliate marketing world. I had tried for a while trying to do like the Amazon affiliate program. And, I think when it comes to like my specific niche being golf, everybody is so used to kind of buying stuff at their local pro shops. So I could tell them that, hey, there's this awesome tool, this rangefinder that you should absolutely go buy. Here it is on Amazon. Check out all the reviews. But when it comes down to it, they're going to go to their pro shop because they've developed a relationship with that person and they want to make sure that they're helping that person. And that's one of the awesome things about the golf community is they're very giving in that respect. So I was striking out with the kind of Amazon affiliate marketing. And it wasn't until there was something that was unique that was only available through these two guys that I was actually able to successfully start experiencing affiliate marketing. And so I put out the promo code, and just like a lot of podcasters, I was doing one episode per week, and I get a physical check in the mail from them. So each commission was $18, and I got a $36 check, and I ran over to my wife and I'm like, yeah, that's making money now. Like I'm gonna be able to pay for my own golf. Won't have to worry about it coming out of the family budget and things like that. And it was, it dried up quickly. And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, well, I'm putting out a new episode every week. The majority of my audience has probably heard this. It makes sense. And so 3-4 months go by and I don't have any more affiliate revenue. I'm like, okay, well, that's kind of the end of it. And I have a weekly mastermind call with a golf professional. He's like, well, why don't you just make more content around what the principles that those guys were talking about? I'm like, ooh, that's a really good idea. So first thing I did is I did a top 3 episodes of my podcast. And I did that top 3 episodes. And of course they were in there, and boom, like $150 out of the blue. I'm like, nice. All right, just kind of refocusing that attention worked pretty well. But then it died down again because, my audience had gotten used to that. And, I went, months and months and months and no affiliate revenue. And then I get an email from these guys saying, hey, we have switched from physical mailings to electronic payments through PayPal. Please register, sign up, do all this stuff. You can now make it super slick. And so I took all their steps, and I get like a $300 check from them. I'm like, well, that's awesome. And it says right in the notes that this is all of the back payment that they hadn't sent me the physical checks for. They're like, yeah, physical checks are a pain in the butt. We're just two guys running a business. We don't want to balance that kind of a checkbook. So they sent it to me in one lump sum. And it was just kind of like this roller coaster ride where, we get the high of yes, I did it. I experienced it. I got the check. I ran out and spent it. And now I'm broke again. So, I had that roller coaster. But then it was, and I started my podcast, I should say, in 2015. So January of 2015, it's been going for a long time. The affiliate revenue had died down again. Like I kept on trying to think of any way to point traffic towards them. And every time I did, it would bump back up, but it wasn't like sustainable and consistent. So I'm just kind of plugging along, and like July comes of 2018 and I get like, oh, hey, Super Speed Golf has sent you $135. I'm like, oh, cool. Some more people found the content. It's a little bit more than kind of random and out of the blue, but it's a nice surprise. And then the next month, Super Speed Golf sent you, $185. I'm like, oh, all right, moving on up. Cool. Still not something that's going to be life-changing, obviously, but it's enough to kind of give you a little bit of hope. And so I start watching it a little bit more closely. And August rolls over, and it's Super Speed Golf sent you $240. And then September, Super Speed has sent you $320. And then October, like $410. November, I'm like, okay, now we're getting into fourth quarter. Like there might be something to this. November was like $560 or something like that. I'm like, that is the biggest single payment I had ever received for anything that I had done online. And I was just like, holy smokes. I'm like, this can help with Christmas money. I've got two young daughters. This absolutely helps the family.
Yeah.
December happens.
Like all of a sudden there, you're starting to, you're getting into that part-time income level, aren't you? Where you're thinking, well, I'm now getting something which is a little bit more passive, and it's equivalent of like me or you going out and doing like,
10, weekend work,
10 hours a week on an extra job. So, that works.
Yeah. And it was at that point where I realized that like, okay, the money is clearly here. I just need to find out a way to, to keep it top of mind for my audience. So I reached back out to the company and I said, hey, would you be willing to be a studio sponsor for a year for the podcast? Because I was winding up on 2018, getting ready to put a bow on it. And they said, hey, we're so happy that you thought of us. Absolutely. Like, where's the contract? I'm like, oh crap, I need a contract now. So I wrote up a real loose contract saying that the affiliate revenue didn't change, but what they would do is they would provide me 2 of their products each quarter to give away to my audience.
Nice.
And I would do kind of viral giveaways through King Sumo, and it worked really, really well. I would get like another 400 or 500 people on my email list doing these viral giveaways. And not only does that give me more people to market to just period, but these are people who signed up specifically hoping to win the thing that I want them to buy. All right, we gave away our 2 winners, but now I can like directly market to a very warm customer saying, hey, you know what? I really appreciate you joining up. We weren't able to, to pull your name out of the hat. So sorry about that. However, Mike and Kyle were nice enough to pass along a 10% discount. Here's the code. And then just like that, I'm pulling $1,200, $1,300 down in January, February, March, April, and it's been up pretty consistently. Golf is kind of reverse seasonal. In the summer, everybody plays and nobody spends money on equipment. But in the winter, everybody plays or spends the money on the equipment and doesn't play. So the winter is pretty consistent around like $1,000 a month, and the summer is pretty consistent in the $400 to $500 a month range.
Nice. That's a great story. So basically, when you actually look at it from an affiliate marketing point of view, what you've done there is you found who you want to sell to. You've given them an option of a product, and you started having a little success with it. But then you've also been able to level that up a little bit by using, like say, a double win, really, a win for you, a win for the company, and also a win for us, triple win then, a win for the customer as well, because they're getting a discount, you're getting a commission, the company's getting a sale, everyone's happy. And again, it's not life-changing, but you've gone through that transformation there of actually understanding what you could do to actually massively increase that. And you have took a product, created content around that product, and then sold it as an affiliate. And I think that's what a lot of people should be out there doing. They should pick a product that they can sell to a specific market, in which your case is golfers. And then you can obviously work around that, get those links out there, get that audience interested, and really scale it up from there. So yeah, super well done, man. That's awesome.
A lot of trial and error, but success doesn't come without try.
Of course, of course. No, that's right. So going forward then, what are your future plans? What are your goals for that? What do you want to do?
So one of the things that that was kind of tipped off to me was that when we talk about affiliate, we can push traffic to that. I try to make it as apparent as I can, just about everywhere on my website. And the thing for me is to not really pose it as an affiliate, like not, hey, let me give you this discount, because people are getting smarter. That comes through as a very salesy, kind of like one level down from what do I got to do to get you into this car? But, it's still a very kind of salesy tactic. So what I've done is I've tried to wrap like kind of miniature pieces of content around it, where that's like a supporting resource. So if we're talking about people who want to get better at like a specific part of their golf game, even if it's short game, I'll give them the information that they want for the short game. And then I'll say like, hey, these are your next steps. And I'll make sure that somewhere in those next steps, that affiliate is represented somehow.
Nice. That's cool. So once you go into that, what do you think? I mean, obviously that's what you're trying to aim towards now, forgetting the golf pun. Sorry, I had to put something in. Something had to be put in, right?
I'm all about dad jokes. It's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it is. That's where it's like people reference dad dancing and they associate that with bad dancing. That was a dad joke. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. What do you think your biggest sort of like obstacle of achieving that is? What do you think is sort of like stopping you from what are you going to have to get past to be able to achieve what you're trying to get to?
So one of the things when we could talk about like content streams, I really like the umbrella learning system. So if we think about, holding an umbrella over our head, the larger subtopic is covered, and then we have a specific learning chain that comes down. That's the handle of the umbrella. But if we think about like old school Mary Poppins umbrella, they've got the gooseneck on there, the hook, and that hook leads you to your next umbrella. So it's a matter of planning all of these umbrellas that are interconnected. And when we look at that kind of grander scheme, that turns into like a course that you can sell, which is where I am right now. I've actually created like a piece of content that's available for purchase that kind of walks people through that hook by hook by hook. And it's it took so long to plan that out and to develop that, because I didn't realize, for me being the expert in golf, like I have a hard time seeing the forest from the trees. It's been so long since I've been a new golfer that I had a hard time figuring out what I should be addressing. So, getting to that point was a lot of doing what doesn't scale so I could build something that does. So I would be talking to specific people, doing like kind of mock coaching calls where I was really just interviewing them about what their struggles are, like, hey, if you could have a lesson today, what would you hope to learn? Real brief stuff like that, 15, 20-minute calls. And that helped me really kind of build that bullet point list of what I need to teach. And then it was a matter of creating that minimum viable product, which I did, just recordings from my cell phone, wearing a lapel mic, matching up audio and video afterwards. Now I've got that MVP product. The real tough part now is making that sucker shine. So it's like, I've got the minimum viable product. How do I actually take this to the next level with the higher quality cameras, with like the legit mic packs, and do all that, and kind of overcome my superhero syndrome, because I've been very tech savvy my whole life. So I want to do everything myself so I can be cheap and, save as much as possible. But at the same time, I'm starting to realize more and more, I am the choke point. I could create all this content and then it needs to be edited. Well, I could go pay, Joe Schmo video editor to do that, or I could sit up until midnight every single night doing editing. And I've made the wrong choice of doing it myself all these years. But now, because of the affiliate revenue that I do have, it is giving me that power to go buy the nicer equipment and do the filming and outsource the editing. Now I actually have a friend of mine who's going through his PGA certification. Like, I teach golf, but I am not a PGA affiliated pro, but I have someone who's going through that training, writing all of my content for me.
Nice.
So, it's like, he's a college student. He could use the extra money. I have the extra money. Creating the content is the real bear for me. I don't like doing the writing. I like the talking. So he writes the content. I speak the blog post that he writes. That's my podcast.
Nice.
And so now, because of that front end affiliate revenue, I have the ability to go down, and automate a lot more of it. So it's still the kind of letting go is my big hurdle, is letting go and finding someone that I can trust to do a good enough job, because I'm never going to feel like it's good enough unless I do it. But to kind of take it to the next level. MVP is out. Now let's make it the best thing it could be.
Oh, that's brilliant, man. I mean, I take a few things away from that and relate it to the internet marketing world. Is that, as I said before, you found a product, you started earning some money from it, and then you've basically, to do that, you've created your content around it. But now you've transitioned a little bit into something which is, as Russell Brunson of ClickFunnels calls it, like a value ladder. So they've bought into initial product. They've got onto your email list, and then you can then transcend them further along. You can send them more and more value, and then obviously you can then transcend them up into like a course, for example. And that's ultimately what I think a lot of affiliate marketers do. They toil around for a while, they get a little bit of success, and then they start getting greater success. The money starts flowing in, and then they think, right, okay, well, my next step really is I can either just sit on this and enjoy the affiliate commission, or I can level it up and actually start creating my own products and services, my own courses. And I already have an audience. I already have a bunch of people which are interested in the content, in the actual subject itself. So they're more likely to then go ahead and buy it. And of course, because they've been in your world for so long as well, and they've consumed your content, the whole, the trust thing, the like thing that's happened. So, obviously that's a great method to actually start scaling up, which gives me a few ideas on what to actually name this podcast. So we'll come back to that one in a minute. But so I mean, that's been amazing. So you're going to be able to start looking at creating your own courses and obviously collecting extra commissions and that. Have you ever gone back to sort of like the basic stuff with that company about trying to increase your own affiliate commissions by helping that company perhaps doing more upsells, for example, and cross-selling and stuff like that?
I haven't, it crossed my mind to ask for the higher commission rate as part of the studio sponsorship, but I was like, you could hear my knees knocking 3 doors away from me. It was such a nerve-wracking email to send, because you're like, I don't want to get shut down. And, if I ask for this extra thing, they're going to say, no, we're not going to pay you anymore. It's like, okay, that's not going to happen. But at the same time, like when I look at my affiliate code, I'm their 10th affiliate. It's not a super wide world that they play a part of. So I imagine there probably is an opportunity for that. One of the things that I wanted to do, because the product that they sell is all about helping you get longer drives, and I've always been kind of blessed in that respect. I'm a very long hitter. I used to compete in like the world long drive contest and stuff like that.
I've seen some of that.
So
It's great.
yeah, those guys now, I'm like, my back hurts just watching, but I can still really get it out there. But one of the things that I was thinking about doing is putting together like a promotional video, with the hopes of it going viral, which, as we all know, is not something that you have any control over. But to take like your standard hollow core door, like this one that you can see behind me, take it out to a golf course, and then go through their practice protocols with their item, and then go through every single club in my bag, putter included, and hit a golf ball through the door.
Wow.
That would be a pretty good demonstration of power. And the thing is, I know that I have that level of swing speed already to do that. But yeah, I think that would be pretty cool.
That would make actually a pretty sweet video. You're going to have to make sure that you send me a link to that, and when that finally comes out, that'd be awesome. But what I was trying to get to was the actual company themselves. Okay, you get a 10% commission based on that, just that one item, or is it everything that person sells while they're on their online store?
It is the whole thing. So if they buy extra products, if they buy, just the swing speed kit, if they buy like a little swing speed radar thing, everything, I get 10% of the entire purchase.
Cool.
And they get 10% off.
Yeah, absolutely.
The entire purchase.
So what you're saying there is you could actually go and say, look, if you're selling this product, why not add an upsell for this product as well, because that will increase their profits and of course increase your commission rates as well, because not commission rates, but your actual overall commission. Because instead of like, let's say, for example, it's $100 product where you're getting 10%, so you're getting $10. But if the average cart value then goes up to 150 because they're buying upsells, then your commission then goes up to 15. And that is like a 50% increase straight off the bat. So that could be something you could go to with and talk about sales funnels and talk about stuff like that, and seeing if there are complementary products, or what were the two things that most people will buy, or if someone bought this, what else would they buy? And and actually putting that together within their own e-com site or whatever they were using to sell on, and having a natural upsell. So let's say they bought, I don't know, let's pick something out. Let's say they bought a set of golf balls. And then on the next page, it would be, oh, why not buy an extra set, but you can get 50% off, because as golfers, we always need more golf balls, right? So,
for sure.
So you can have that, the whole concept of selling more of an individual product if you put it into a funnel, or you can actually have multiple items there. So complementary products. So if they want balls, they're going to need tees. If they're going to need more balls, they're going to want a glove, and have all those things there ready together, or even bundles as well. So
that's what I was going to say is the bundles, I think, is really kind of where the opportunity is.
So that's
a lot of their stuff
go back to the
is kind of,
and not only that as well, if that pans out, you're actually increasing your relationship with the company as well as an affiliate and giving them extra value there. So maybe down the line, they give you a little bump in your commission rates as well. So instead of 10%, they might switch on 12.5 or even 15, because you're helping them get even more revenue. And of course, that's what it's all about at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, building that relationship.
Yeah, sweet. Excellent. Right, Marty, we have got to that point where if anyone's listened to any of these podcasts before, we do ask a specific question at the end. Now, I am actually going to finish the podcast real soon, and I'm going to ask Marty a very specific question on how we could actually become more profitable. And you're going to learn how to do that for free if you listen right to the end of the podcast. There's going to be instructions on how you can get hold of that bonus content, along with my entire affiliate podcast toolkit as well. So keep listening. Marty, thanks for coming on, man. It's been awesome. Loving the golfing stuff as well. And it's great to hear you getting that affiliate commission too.
Happy to hear it, Paul.